What we're finding clinically with our patients is that it really only works in conjunction with zinc. So the hydroxychloroquine opens the zinc channel, zinc goes into the cell, it then blocks the replication of the cellular machinery. So it has to be used in conjunction with zinc. Every patient I prescribed it to has been very, very ill, and within 8 to 12 hours, they were basically symptom-free. And so clinically, I am seeing a resolution that mirrors what we saw in the French study and some of the other studies worldwide. But what I am seeing is that people that are taking it alone by itself, it's not having efficacy.
Hydroxychloroquine are massively ramping up production. As you know, many people are recommending strongly Z-Pak be added, the Z-Pak, and also zinc.
Last week or the week before, but it was several videos ago, I was talking about a cold remedy called Zicam, which is essentially zinc. I was wondering why it works so well. My hairdresser told me about it, and he said that if you take it as soon as you feel that little tickle in the back of your throat, your cold will go away in a day and a half. I mean, right on the onset of the cold. If you don't take it right away, it may take several days to go away. And then you need to still take it a few days after it's gone. But it is essentially zinc, and the zinc goes, put it either in your nose or in the tissues of your mouth, like if you put it onto your tongue. Apparently if you put it right on the tissues, it goes directly into your bloodstream, bypassing your stomach and the stomach acid, and it's a long process to get where it needs to be. And I think by that time it's not as effective and it's not as strong. This has worked for me for years. I was trying to tell you in a hidden way, not directly, because I didn't know. It's not medicine. All it is zinc. You get it with your minerals, and it's usually packaged with calcium, magnesium, zinc, and now you can get it with D3, which is excellent also for your immune system, and is found to prevent birth defects, makes your bones stronger, very important, and also it helps if you have fibromyalgia, helps with the pain. So it seems to be, and you take it with those things because it makes the calcium, magnesium, everything function better. All these vitamins and minerals and all your nutrients do what it's supposed to do. It's like it opens up a gateway of some kind, and it goes directly where it needs to go. After I said that, I wasn't hearing it before I said that, but I heard radio host after talk show host, and then the president, all talking about zinc, that the medicines that the therapies in medicines, that he's recommending, he says to take zinc with it. It seems to work faster. And you'll hear a little interview. Sorry, I had to cut that short. The tea that I was drinking is actually rose tea, and it helps you relax. And I guess I was a little too relaxed, and I spilled a little on my computer. Wonderful tea made by Bigelow, and you can use the tea bag more than once. It lets off so much flavor. But anyway, the story goes is that Karen Whitsitt from Detroit, Michigan, she's a Democrat, and she's a representative, state representative, and she and her husband came down with COVID-19. She didn't realize she had it at first because she didn't have a fever. She just would break out in sweats. And then she had to get a prescription. She thought, you know what, I I better check to see if I have this. She had to get a prescription. The governor of that state, the Democrat, it seems like it's not just little babies that are born alive, that are separated from the mother, cut the cord, and are put on a really comfortable steel tray, like Governor Northam Legoman said. It's not just those babies that they kind of don't care if they die, and they actually fight for the right that those babies die. They don't even care about, she's an African American, Democrat representatives. They don't care about even full-grown Democrats that will vote for the Democrat Party. They don't even want them to live. They're not fighting for their lives either, because I guess we've got so many people coming over the border that they know they're going to vote Democrat because they're on 100% on the dole. As it turns, and they work under the table too. As it turns out, today they're holding up the passage of a new stimulus bill. A stimulus bill that would keep small businesses in business. And they will get the money, the small businesses will get the money if the owner keeps the employees. The owner doesn't fire the employees, providing he hires these employees back. So he wanted to destroy all these small businesses, all these jobs that Trump has created, and removed all these regulations to help small businesses and to help them keep more of their money, which has made us, as far as an economy goes, the best economy in history. The more people employed, not just the history of this country, the history of this world, and our salaries raised. They want to destroy everything, this is true, everything Trump has done. That's the only way they can get back into office. That's the only way they can have power, is if everybody's out of work and they promise to keep them on the dole for as long as possible. That's what they want. They want us dependent on them. And they don't even want us to live. Not even Democrats that are grown and they're representing the Democrat Party. Anyway, let's listen to this interview.
This is a great story from Michigan, where the governor was talking about how she didn't want the pharmacists and physicians prescribing the anti-malarial drug. She was threatening professional consequences if they did so. Well, there's a member of her own party in the legislature, Representative Karen Whitsitt from Detroit, and she came down with coronavirus, and she.
So this is what the Democrats want, but let's. They don't want life; they want prison and death. But that's communism. They want globalism. That's why the TPP sign.
She was not doing well. But I'll let her explain what happened. It's great to have you with us here, Karen Whitsitt, on the Howie Carr Show. Tell us what happened.
Democrat.
Oh, I just want to thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate this opportunity.
So tell us. So when did you come down with coronavirus?
Well, my husband and I, we've been quarantined since March 12th, and I just knew that something just didn't feel right. Wasn't exactly sure what was going on. Just didn't feel good. I thought maybe I had a sinus infection. So my husband and I decided that we would just go ahead and make an appointment and go into the doctor. So we did that, scheduled the appointment for March 18th. So I missed session on March 17th. And my doctor actually took an x-ray of my chest and everything, thought I had a touch of pneumonia and the sinus infection. So gave
didn't even diagnose it right.
Amoxicillin, sent me on my way. gave my husband the same thing because he thought he had like a little bit of bronchitis going on. Sent him on his way.
Taking, and then he's going to give her another dose. Amoxicillin, very strong penicillin, doesn't help a virus, and it kills all the good bacteria in your body. Kills all the good, and it makes yeast grow, and then you cannot digest your foods properly, and your body doesn't absorb nutrients properly because it throws all your good bacteria off. So in fact, it makes you sicker. In fact, it makes you sicker. That's why you need to take probiotics when you get, but wrong medication. The doctor didn't even diagnose her properly.
So as time is going on, I'm just feeling like this amoxicillin is making me feel worse. I'm not getting any better.
That's right.
So I called the doctor back, and he in turn sent me another antibiotic.
More antibiotics.
At this point, he sent me a Z-Pack.
So more antibiotics, you know what happens there? Well, then you become too many antibiotics, especially ones that don't work. You become resistant to antibiotics. They've been over prescribing us with antibiotics. So when she needs an antibiotic, it won't work because your body becomes resistant to it if you have too much of them. So it could end up killing her. The fact that you get an antibiotic when you don't need it, and antibiotics, more than one antibiotic. Go ahead.
I really hit a massive decline fast when I got that Z-Pack.
So she got sicker.
I'm 52. I have two underlying conditions. I'm diabetic, and I have Lyme disease.
Could kill her. She could die from this.
So
serious.
So you're not in the age demographic.
My husband has no health conditions. Both 52 years old. We both are African Americans, live in Detroit. We try to be healthy. We eat very well. We eat healthy. And my husband does not take any medications at all. And he's never had any surgeries or anything like that at all. So he's the healthiest of both of us. So he's a mechanic at the Metro Airport here.
Right.
And so what we did was when I started to hit this decline, we decided to try to get a prescription, because at this time you needed a prescription only to be able to receive the COVID test. And I'm explaining to the doctor that I know I'm not showing all these signs that everyone else is talking about, but hey, I really need to get this test. This is not a joke right now how I'm feeling.
This woman is smart. She knows. She's insisting on the test even though she's not showing any symptoms, supposedly the symptoms that they're supposed to see for COVID-19. But she's insisting on getting the test anyway, even though she's not showing the symptom. So this is a smart woman. Thank God she said that.
And at this point, I'm having sweat. I'm not having a fever. I'm just breaking out in sweat. That would go away, come back up, go away, and come back up. I had problems with stiffness in my neck. And I had a headache that I could not ever get rid of. This was every day, 24/7, this headache.
So when did you get interested in the anti-malarial drug?
When I got interested in anti-malarial drugs is when I thought that I was about to die on the 30th and on the 31st, and that was the day we actually went and got the COVID test. After we got tested, I hit a rapid decline that day. And when my doctor, who actually wrote the prescription for my husband and I to actually get the COVID test, he denied actually giving me the medication. So I had to contact another physician of mine, and that was Dr. Arthawala. And Dr. Arthawala was the one who actually gave me the medication.
Well, the governor had basically threatened the physicians who prescribed it, right?
Yes, he did, but I had to have a doctor that wasn't afraid. I had to have a doctor that was knowledgeable. And so I went with the doctor that was knowledgeable.
The governor had threatened the physicians who are prescribing this medication to not prescribe this medication. That's how much they hate Trump. Trump The only reason why she knows about this medication is because Trump keeps talking about it. The governor doesn't want anyone to take, because if they take this and they're well, what happens? Trump gets reelected. They want people to die. The governor is threatening physicians. He doesn't want them to take the test, and he doesn't want them to take the medication that will heal them. They want it's flat out on the table here. There's no other explanation for this. That's how much they don't want Trump to get elected. If they don't get healed and more people are out of work and the economy is bad, will be so desperate the Democrats will offer the dole on a platter, and not a dole banana, to be dependent on the government after we see our friends and family die and possibly die ourselves.
So you got the prescription. You got the prescription. How soon before you started feeling better?
Less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours.
That's how, I know. You know what they're saying now. These are all anecdotes. Representative Karen Whitson, you're an anecdote.
Yeah, you know what? People can say whatever they want to say, and they can make all kind of rude comments, and they can make all kind of jokes about it. But until you are that person who is looking at making that life or death decision, and I consider it a life or death decision, of going to the hospital, that is full. There are 2 hospitals that are directly near us, and they're full. So you just put this into your mind. You got to make a decision. You only have less than a couple hours. You feel your lungs filling up with fluid. You can hardly breathe. Your breathing is labored just to go from the bathroom to your living room. You don't know what to do. The very doctor that is standing between you and living is telling you that he will not give you the prescription of the very thing that can keep you alive. You're trying to stay calm.
Who was right?
So you tell me.
In your case, who was right?
Trump?
Trump?
You want the medication?
Was Trump right or the governor right? Who was right in your case?
The person who's making sure that you live.
Trump, in other words. Thank you, Representative Whitson.
She doesn't even want to say Trump. She wants to say the doctor that prescribed the medication. And Trump is fighting. He's fighting to get, that's why he keeps saying it. Demand it. You have to demand it from your doctors, even though they don't want to give it to you and they don't even want to give you the test. You have to demand it. That's how much they're fighting against him, and he's trying to get you to live. Even if you don't vote for, he wants you to live. He will, yes, he will be a failed president, but he'll be a failed man. It will break him. He wants this country to do great. He wants us to be prosperous. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to live. And they're actively, the Democrats are and she doesn't even want to say Trump. And it's Trump. And he's the one who saved your life. You wouldn't even know about this medication if it wasn't for Trump. And he's telling you to take it with zinc. Take it with zinc, because he knows that will fix you right away. This is amazing. Do not vote Democrat. Do not vote Democrat. Do not vote Democrat ever again. Your life depends on it. That's the proof. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And God bless you. And if I don't see you again before Easter, have a happy Easter. And have a blessed, blessed Holy Week. And if you're celebrating Passover, well, have a blessed Passover as well. And everyone out there, hopefully, spring and the joy and the hope that this country will get going again and will be well. And Doctors will prescribe you what you need, so you live. Hopefully, they'll start prescribing this medication soon. Once they start doing it, we'll open back up again. And that's what we desperately need. Otherwise, I know depression will kill me. And it's not going to be good for a lot of people. We have to fight for it. And we have to stand behind the only person that's fighting for us. And that's President Trump. And if you're a Democrat and you don't realize that, that interview should open up your eyes. Have a blessed spring, have a blessed summer, and have a happy, happy life.